And welcome, race fans, here. Another episode of CRN with the Virtual Velocity Racing League with the Xfinity Series here tonight at good old Darlington Raceway. The good old lady in black. 1.3 miles for 100 laps. Should be a good one here tonight. Obviously, you guys should know me by now, but I'm Jimmy Cover. I'll be joined shortly by my partner in crime, Carl Hanwork. But before we get going here tonight, I'll go ahead and go over the standings and where everybody kind of sits as far as points so far this season. And your points leader here is going to be Dalton Kilroe with 374 points. And then Derek Paulson there in second with 331 points. Mike Hasty's in third with 314. Anthony Poston with 306. And these are the rounds. Todd Merkel with 302 in fifth. Eric Blount with 293 in sixth. Ryan Kelly sitting there with 293 as well, also tied. And Ty Marasco also tied with 293 points. So it's a very tight race there for sixth place in the points. Then all the way down to ninth place, Sean Wilder with 292, only 1 point difference. And then Brandon Meir, for your top 10. So points are kind of close in a lot of different positions, but that's why we have races each and every week. See who will be the top contender for that championship. But right now, we have 4 wins by Dalton Kilroe, 1 by Derek Paulson, 1 by Anthony Poston for the races so far that I have on file. So, good luck to all the drivers out there tonight. They are out there qualifying right now. They have about 30 more seconds. Looks like we have 17 drivers that have times in so far. Looks like we have about 22, 23 drivers that will be on the track here tonight as well. So can't wait to see how these drivers tackle this very unique type of track. You can see it here by the picture on your screen or the track map up on the screen there. Definitely a difference in the corners, and it definitely drives like that. So turns 1 and 2, a little bit wider arc, and then that real narrow turn there for 3 and 4. So drivers will have to be careful here tonight to make sure they don't hit that wall and get their stripes, or the Darlington stripe. But I'm sure we'll see that here tonight. But we're with VVR, so green flags are a thing, and very popular here. The one thing, matter of fact, that everybody's been talking about is fuel strategy. Trying to get rid of that, being right on the edge of having to save fuel and not being able to go out there and just race and race and race. So they finally settled on a formula. I think it's 68%, because that's about how long the differences of the race it is compared to a full one. So the drivers will be out here. Some math they came up with. So hopefully they got the right formula and all the drivers are happy. But for the leader of Tim Lee, he said, this is the straw. This is it. It is what it is. Let's get out there and race, and hopefully we'll have a great race here tonight. But let's go ahead and get the qualifying order up on the screen here before they take the track. And it is going to be Andrew Pileshi and the number 81 taking the pole here tonight over Ryan Kelly by a mere 1,000th of a second. Dalton Kilroe with a great qualifying run here tonight as well. And P number 3 with Brandon Meir back there. And P number 4, Ty Marasco and Derek Paulson make up row number 3. Row number 4, Mike Hasty with Michael Taylor. Row number 5, Dustin Franklin with Eric Blount. Row number 6, Cole Spaulding with Todd Merkel. Row number 7, Sean Wilder and John Garrett. And row number 8 with Hemi Garridini and Todd Poston. Row number 9, Hilton Young and Tyler Hilton. And then back through the rest of the field here as we go through the rest here. Back there in row number 10 is going to be Cade Green and DJ Mitchell. Michael Pratt and Len McNeese back there in row number 11. Robert Smith, the last car bringing up the field here. So 23 drivers here tonight. Do not see the likes of Tim Lee. So wherever you're at, hope you're safe and having a good night here as the drivers will be tackling on this very unique track. I'm sure Carl will have plenty to add. He knows a lot more history about the tracks than I do. But we're going to get home and get this thing going here live. It does look like, yep, they're coming out of the pits right now. So we'll go ahead and switch cameras here, clear this up, bring all our overlays up, get the track map up, and and we need drivers. Where are they at? We are going to have a surprise for the upcoming streams got some new formatting that we're hopefully be able to utilize here shortly. Pretty up the picture just a little bit for everybody, and hopefully everybody likes it. And if not, we'll go back. But we're gonna try something new, make things a little bit nicer here for everybody to watch, and hopefully it fills your screen up with what you need. But the pace car is in. Andrew Pileshi is ready to get things going. Got my speakers up too loud, so turn those cars down a little bit, and we're getting ready to go green as Andrew Pileshi and number 81 will lead them down as they take the green flag and on that loud pedal, and away they go. See everybody trying to file out there. 81 get in front of the 13 here early on as they go through 1 and 2, heading down the backstretch. So Andrew Pileshi getting a nice run out of the corners here. Some bunching up in the back, but they're still too wide back there. We'll finish this one out here and watch the leaders kind of figure things out here early, but you can see more than likely it's going to be a lot of single file racing here tonight. It is pretty difficult to pass, but 100 laps here, and the tires are a big thing as well, as you can see how high they get up near that wall. We'll go ahead and kind of drift to the back here. We'll see if we can see any too wide racing back here, and we do, as the 02 and 4 just made a pass there. As the 04 took the high side around the 02 of Tyler Hilton, and that would have been for P number 17. But quickly, unlike most tracks, the track has sorted out single file here tonight at Darlington. So obviously the drivers know they're in for a longer one here, and you can't get it done going too wide the whole time unless you're trying to make a pass. You'll just be burning up your tires. So, but you can look here up from Len McNeese in the back of the pack here at the moment, allowing that car to kind of rotate around. You can hear him lift off that excuse me, off the throttle. But you see some drivers looking to make a pass here down. This is turns 3 and 4. Come off here, and you gotta be careful coming through some of these corners. Obviously, too much power will bring the rear end around, and these drivers are pretty familiar with these cars as they've had a few seasons out with them already, and looking to mix things up here just a little bit. They will be in the trucks for after this season's complete and they start the next half of the year. They'll switch it up a little bit and bring out the trucks here for VVR, but right now everything's looking good. A little bit of single file action, and the field is stretching out pretty quickly here. Especially, I'm kind of surprised how quick they're rolling out here. But up front here, top 4 still still holding tight here. Andrew Pileshi, Ryan Kelly, Dalton Kilroe, Derek Paulson, and then Ty Marasco. So top 5, you can hear fuel saving already. So we'll see. Wasn't expecting to hear that here so early, but obviously with the new numbers in play, drivers would have to go ahead and do their homework and get out here and run max laps and see how well their tires hold up, see how long the fuel will last. But can't go wrong by matching NASCAR and having the same exact fuel numbers as they do in the real life. Just change the percentage, obviously, to equal like the amount of laps, depending on the amount of laps that the league decides to do, and that's what they decided to do. So we'll see how it works out for them here tonight. I think it's going to work out great. Hopefully everybody's happy. Everybody seemed to be happy. Talking with everybody back and forth in Discord. So, but right now, it's kind of hard to complain about anything else. The league's been so great green flag runs and all around. But we're gonna have a speaking of green flag runs, we talked about too soon, as Eric Blount has decided to bring things to a halt here with only 8 laps, or on lap number 7, and we'll go back and check out what happened in number 6. This is up there on the high side in the Coors machine, and does look like Hemi Gardini wasn't quite, or the 6 wasn't quite clear of the 17. And they get themselves together here, kind of holding it up. Good so far. 17 trying to collect it. Ends up getting in the side of the 6 a little bit. Sends them around. Rear end goes into the wall. 17 drives on. Go there with Hemi. I think he's safe here as well. So, yeah. 2-car incident here on lap number 7. the first caution of the evening flies. So not too bad. Obviously it's not something you want to happen here early on, but we'll see what the field decides to do as they catch up to the pace car. It does look like most people are going to stay out. Some people coming in, and passing is a premium here, so you can make a couple spots out on the pits. So that might be what they do. So see all these drivers kind of coming in. I'll bring up the tower here so you can see who's in pit lane. You can see the bottom half there, all in the pit lane at the moment. And it could be a fuel strategy. It could be just a pit strategy, so they don't have to save as much. But right now, it's going to might take them a little bit longer to get back to the front. But so far, so good here. We're on lap number 9. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us. Got William Lee out there and Barry, Tim Lee out there in the bunch as well. Don't forget to issue penalties. What kind of penalties you want to give them tonight, Tim? We want drive-throughs. Do we want a couple end of lines in a row? Put them in the pits for 40 seconds. Just watching today as just doing some research on some of the things that you can add to iRacing, and there's a program there. It helps with what the heck was it called? It helps with like calling a race. It keeps track of the penalties. It keeps track of the incidents. It keeps track of a lot of information. It had kind of worked in conjunction with SDK, which is what we use here at CRN for managing the race. That's your timings and scoring that you see. The little photos of the person's car, the track map, all that fun stuff. And fuel mileage penalties. Yeah, we're definitely I think these penalties here they're making up here early, Tim, is to get rid of any kind of fuel issues. So first caution to lap 10 or lap 7. Maybe they're short a couple laps. So now they can race the whole time, but people stayed out, so shouldn't be an issue. Pace car is in, heading back to green flag racing. We're on lap 10 of 10. Andrew Pelestri is your leader. Coming out of turn number 4 at the moment, though, so they got to wait a little while before they get going green. Andrew's going to get on that green or little skinny panel on the right and take it down into turn number 1. Gets a pretty good jump there out in front of Ryan Kelly, leading this whole thing so far. Dalton Kilroe up there as well. So for your first top 3, and then Derek Paulson there in 4th. Biggest mover of the race, though, taking some advantage of some passing. We're going to go back all the way to the 08 in the Red Bull machine of Robert Smith in P number 16. 7 spots gained, along with Michael Pratt up 6 spots as well, as typically one of our drivers. It starts in the back of the field. It'd be kind of a rarity. I would almost expect somebody else driving the car if I found that car up any higher than P number 20. As Michael's always in the back trying to bring that to the front here, and he's done it a couple times. We've seen him get up there, but if he typically might get caught up with somebody in an incident, or just does not have quite the juice or the tires to get to the front the way you need to push it. But great driver there, drives by Michael Pratt each and every week, getting them some good finishes. But that's all Andrew Pelestri right now in that number 81. And here on lap number 13. Single file for the whole field here tonight so far as the sun sets here at Darlington. It does look like the 81 starting to pull out just a little bit of a lead here over that number 13 of Ryan Kelly. And we were used to seeing Ryan Kelly out there trying to get the wins if he's on the track, but wasn't able to do that last week as Dalton Kilroe took that victory. But yeah, just great running so far. Nice and smooth single file. I don't think you can get any cleaner than what you're seeing right at the moment. I think someone just stuck off. Who was that back there? Not Todd Foss and Brandon Meyer. Looked like he bounced off the wall. Looks like a new paint job there for the number 71 of Brandon Meyer. Is rocking the spam machine. Looked like Tyler Hilton was trying to make a move here on Todd Merkel. Looking down to the inside there. The 8 of Robert Smith having a bad corner there. Decides to drop it low and slow down. Let his league mates pass by as he collects it. Gets it back going straight. So no incident there for those two. A little bit of wiggling around back here. And this is right there. I think it was DJ Mitchell. Yeah, DJ Mitchell being a little wiggly and trying to watch everywhere on the track. But here seems to be the most entertaining at the moment as the drivers battle the track and battle each other. That's a 2 wide action back again up there with the 0-2 and Todd Merkel. This is back for Pete, number 13, as the 0-2 and the 0-2 gets by. Excuse me. Yep. And Michael Pratt was working around Todd Merkel as well. Yep. So Todd Merkel having a little bit slow, but staying on that higher side. Go back up right here, see how the leaders are doing. As Andrew Pelestri still leads this thing, as Ryan Kelly's trying to chase him down, and just caution flies here. Michael Taylor. Quite sure what happened there. Trying to see if somebody's slow. It looks like maybe the 6. No. One thing, a little loose, but that's not it. Maybe something with DJ Mitchell and Michael Taylor. Oh, there it is. Found out what happened. The poor DJ Mitchell getting into it there a little bit with, looked like Robert Smith and Todd Merkel. Brings out the caution here at lap number 18. About an average about 9 laps, a green run here so far. Got some smoke going up there by, not quite sure who that is, but somebody's smoking as they come down in the pits to get some damage refixed. I'm in the middle of the woods in Virginia. Oh, that sounds like a blast. Matter of fact, I haven't sat out by a campfire in quite a long time. I don't, hopefully you're not anywhere near Virginia Beach area, the Hampton Roads area. I'll stay away from that area. Thank you very much. But hanging out in the woods with any kind of family and friends, watching some CRN, it's not a bad thing here. Hopefully the drivers will put on a great race here for you to watch, Tim. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your evening for sure. My co-commentator is stuck on hold with good old tech support from trying to switch phone companies, I believe. And it's always, it's not great to be on the other end of, when things don't go the way they're supposed to. It's, frustrating when you need that cell service. And yeah, I've been tempted a few times to change myself. I have Verizon, and I just do the whole prepaid thing. I pay for my phones outright, and I have a prepaid plan. I don't want no contract, no nothing. And it's actually pretty cheap. I got 5 lines because I pay for mine, my wife's, and obviously a couple of my kids, so I can get in touch with them. But it's not too bad. But we had another caution here at lap 18, where our double file lights are off on the pace car. We are heading down the back stretch right now as we ride on top with Ryan Kelly. We head down into turns number 3, and you'll see where the pace car kind of cuts off here shortly. and then we'll get back going green. But Andrew Pleshy is still your leader over Ryan Kelly, Dalton Kilroe. Top 3 still maintain spot. Derek Paulson sitting there in P4, Mike Hasty in 5th, Dustin Franklin, Ty Marasco, John Garrett, Cole Spalding, and either Michael Taylor or Todd Boston hanging up there in your top 10 as some of the cars kind of shifting around here. And the pace car will head off here as they get to the exit of turn 4. Good old straightaways. They pass all the fans in the stands in the restart zone, and they get going here. Nice start by both the drivers, even with Ron Kelly with a nice jump. Not enough to get out in front of the 81, but enough to stay alongside. They're going to go too wide down to turn number 1. 13 has a slight advantage, and the 81 can't push up to the outside, and now he's going to have to deal with that dirty air. So 13 out front now takes the lead. And 41 of Dalton Kilroe looking to take advantage of maybe a slight mistake there by the 81. And not able to take that right now, but 81 going to run a little bit higher line, see if you can get a run on the 13. But your new leader, the 13 of Ryan Kelly. The rest of the field has quickly moved to single file. We'll look back here from Robert Smith in the 08, and as everybody comes out of the corner, you'll see a little bit of scrapage there. You see everybody get close to that wall and coming down to the inside. Or do what Robert Smith did, just scrape the wall just a little bit. Get some Darlington stripes here from the lady in black. Darlington's always been one of those tracks I've always had some issues getting around myself. I always had trouble getting too many Darlington stripes. A lot of these drivers do a fantastic job getting this car around here. It's it's I guess because the reason that I did so poorly here is just overdriving the corners, not letting that car rotate, and not finding the sweet spot on how to trail brake correctly, get that car to rotate and not lose too much space. You see Hemi Gardini bouncing off the wall, and that's pretty typical right there. You see somebody else did it not too far back. I think that was DJ Mitchell. Yeah, did the exact same thing. So you get up there, you get near that wall, and you tag it just a little bit, and then you end up shooting off the wall and come down the track a little bit. Todd Merkel not having a good night here, as well as the two finds himself in the back of the field here on lap number 26. But we're going to go ahead and move up a little bit farther, see if we find some action on the track. Take a ride here with Dustin Franklin in the cockpit. See how everything's going here in P number 7. I don't hear any clutching from the number 73, so sounds like they're going to be decent for fuel here. Did I lose? Hold on a second there, folks. Lost my headset, but not my microphone. I guess that's one thing about using two separate sources. We're back. We got some here. We got some headphones. Does look like a move there by Mike Hasty. Coming to the inside of number 5 of Derek Paulson. Through turns 3 and 4. Now heading toward the front straightaway. He's able to hold down underneath the 5. Getting a good run down the front stretch. Looks like he has position here into turn number 1. Is clear, can move up. The 5 gets into the wall just a little bit. Ty Marasco down below. They keep it off one another and able to continue here, but it's getting close. Oh, come on. Oh, and there it is. As the 5 and the 1 get together, take out the number 66 to come back up on the track with the 5. Hits the wall. The 19 gets involved. Everybody else slowing down, trying to avoid everything that's going on. Ty Marasco whipping it around. 5 just standing, staring at the wrong, in the wrong direction. So we'll go ahead and take a look at what happened yet Again, this time a little bit slower. You can see a 5 going a little bit high, trying to bring it down, and just brings it down a little bit too far. Taps the 1, and then the 73 gets in there. Oh, and just a little bit of maybe a little bit of net code there involved between the 1 and the 5. And then the situation pursues here as the 5 comes down, collects John Garrett as they head to the wall. Go here with Ty Marasco. See the 0-2 getting by. Looks like everybody trying to get by. 19 is right there where they collect. Ty Marasco hit the outside wall as well. Whew. Tough one here in lap 29. So we're going to go ahead and find out, see who pit. We'll bring up the tower, show everybody, and it does look like we have a couple meatballs involved in this one from John Garrett and Derek Paulson. Meatballs are flying here, and drivers coming in for some pit stops, probably trying to take some fuel. Here got averaging about 8 to 10 laps before a caution comes out, and you can see kind of the drivers that have come in and have not come in. So now it's starting to get a little bit lopsided. You got some drivers that came in here at lap number 30, and some that have not come in at all, as Ryan Kelly, Andrew Gillespie, Dalton Kilroe, Mike Hasty, Franklin, Spalding, and Boston are drivers that have stayed out. Brandon Muir was in at lap 19, and Mike Taylor was on lap 8. And Sean Wilder in at 19 as well, but the rest of the field just coming in to get everything kind of patched up. So yes, your leader is still going to be the 13 of Ryan Kelly, but you can see how important it is here tonight to maintain position here. But the field might flip-flop here. I know tires are important. Can the field make those new tires work long enough to get around your current leader? No, I'll tell your daughter congratulations. Yeah, my kids decided to stay home. I have 6. I have 2 moved out, and the rest are still at home. 2 of the older ones still here, and my 2 younger ones are finishing up school. One's a senior this year, and then the other one's only 11. So got a few more years before all my kids are old enough to be out of the house flying. Let's get an update from my buddy, my co-commentator. On hold for over an hour. Yikes. Who wants to do that? Not me. I'd rather be up here in a booth watching some good old CRN here with VVR. 3 cautions in. Ryan Kelly is your leader. They're getting back to green as he's on the loud pedal. Gets a nice jump over the 81 on from the outside. Gets right out front and right back in front. Getting that clean air. Dalton Kilroe is going to try to take advantage here and get alongside with the 81. They're going to go side by side down through turns 1 and 2. Let's see if how they exit 2. Looks like the 81 is going to lift just a little bit and let that 41 slide up front so he doesn't lose any more positions. But here comes the number 72 of Mike Hasty up into P number 4 as the 81 tags the wall just a little bit. Not enough to slow him down, though, so Darlington stripe acquired by the 81. But we're back to single file real quickly. We're going to go ahead back, see if we can find some 2 wide action here. I thought I seen somebody back there. Yep, it's John Garrett. John Garrett getting around the number 19 of K Green, moving himself back up into P number 14 after being involved in an earlier incident. But back here with K Green and the gang here, back here, Len McNeese in P number 16. Thought he was looking about going to the outside of the 19, and you see the drivers trying to push the car as hard as they can. Sometimes it's very hard to know that outside wall's there. You know it's there, and you're just like, come on, car, just turn. And it just doesn't quite do it for you, but these drivers doing the best they can. This track is probably one of the more difficult ones. It was a lot of fun to drive. It was a difficult track to get, just nailed down, lap after lap after lap. And these drivers are out here for 100 laps here tonight. if you don't have any experience, this is some good experience for maybe some of the newer drivers. Here's a nice little pass here by the 08 on the 84, and moved Robert Smith back up in the P16 around that Western Auto Machine. I want to say Western Union, but that'd be the wrong colors. Very familiar picture up front, though, with Brian Kelly out front with Dalton Kilrow trailing. So Dalton Kilrow trying to catch the number 13, but that 13 in that clean air right now, and with nobody to kind of hinder his runs. Andrew Pleshy has slid back to P number 3. Mike Casey's in 4th, and Dustin Franklin in 5th. Keep an eye on a few cars out here though tonight. I think the top Austin up 8 spots in that number 31 Nerds machine, having a pretty good run. There's a good old battle back here with Ty Maraska right now, and the number 98 of Michael Taylor on the outside. So these two drivers going too wide here around Darlington. It's not easy. Giving each other room. Ooh, 98 smacks the wall hard. Slows people up. We're gonna have a little bit of a jam up, but they make it work. They keep it green. 98 still up in that wall though. Ty Marasco able to make it into P number 10, and Tyler Hilton slides into 11th. John Garrett up to 12th. 98 having a few issues, and that slap the wall. I can almost feel it in my seat. Good thing I don't have my haptics on. We're on lap number 40 of 100, so this thing is flying by, even with a couple cautions in the books. Ryan Kelly is your leader by almost a second, out to 3/4 of a second right now over Dalton Kilrow, and then Andrew Fleshy. So top 3 doing really good here, just kind of evenly spread out. See where we find the battles here, though, is back here in that mid-pack. Ty Marasco into it again here with this time with the 02 of Tyler Hilton. So they're going to go side by side as they creep up on the number 49 of Cole Spalding. I haven't talked much about Cole yet here tonight. The 02 is going to get down there as the 49 bounces off the wall, slows up just a little bit. It's going to allow the 02 to go by. One time Marasco gives them the opportunity, and the 66, but it just looks like, who was that? I think the 31, I think I just seen bounce off the wall as well. So drivers, them tires are starting to go. Maybe for the first time here, and just get up into that wall, and it just gets dangerous. You can see by the timing tower, the top 3 have not pit. He's still doing a great job here as well. Lap number 42 of 100. So I'm gonna guess that they can make it to lap 50. So yeah, I'm kind of curious how far can these drivers go on the amount of fuel that was allotted tonight by Tim. So far, so good here with the drivers of Virtual Velocity Racing here at Darlington. Couple cautions. I was kind of expecting that. This track, like I said, can be tricky, and on tires and whatnot. But on a pretty decent run here so far, I think we have surpassed. Oh, there's the 8 up in the wall. I guess as soon as I talk about it, right? High on the stands here. Oh, some bumping and banging between the 73 and 8. We're able to figure it out here and keep it going forward. That was a close one there by the 73. 73 of Dustin Franklin is going to call it for a pit entry here. Down below the commit cone, gets a nice smooth entry there into pit road. So pit stops are starting here on lap number 46 by one of the front drivers that has not pit. So interesting. So how far can Ryan Kelly go is the question. Ryan Kelly, Andrew Pleshy, Mike Hasty. What is your number tonight? What is the pit road number? Dustin Franklin in, DJ Mitchell in. You know, some drivers might be coming in because maybe they can go the rest of the way now. And maybe they're short pitting. You never know what's going to happen during a race. And that's, I guess, the one thing you can always think about it. You know, you can get a race that you go green from start to finish. You can get a race, you get a caution on the very first lap and then don't see one ever again. You can get a race where it's green the whole thing until it's 10 laps to go. It's hard to kind of set up like the best scenario for a race. And I guess if you always just kind of figure, all right, we always going to go green from start to finish. You know, we don't want to play a fuel saving game. And I think that's what the drivers were kind of getting to and talking back and forth with some drivers. But caution flag is out. And it does look like it was by Robert Smith. So we're out lap 49. And I'm going to say that the whole field is probably going to come in. So we've made it halfway through this race here. A couple cautions. Robert Smith is going to catch a meatball flag on this one. So we'll go back here and check to see what happened to the 8. Oh, bouncing off the wall. Yep, right there off of turn number 4. Yep, looks like something I would have done. Goes for a little bit of a ride. I think it's only a single car, though. Len McNeese, a good avoidance there. Yeah, single car. And then something happened with Derek Paulson, too. What happened? That just looks like an equipment failure. Wow. An immediate left-hand hook to the fence for the 5 after running up front. Ouch. A sight seen a few times before on my times here at CRN and actually on the track. Cars are just randomly turning left into the wall. But everybody has kind of come down to the pits. A few drivers have decided to stay out, though. The likes of Brandon, see, it looks like Brandon Muir, Tyler Hilton, and John Garrett. They were in on lap number 30. Brandon Muir was in on lap number 19. Yeah, so interesting call there by the 71. You kind of think everybody that's come in is more than likely taking tires this time around. I would assume so. Ty Marasco, Michael Taylor, Tom Merkel still in the pits. As they come around, hopefully they can get out before that pace car comes by, or they'll be in danger of going a lap down. Does look like Taylor's going to get out, and so does Merkel. I think Ty Marasco. Oh, he's on the way out. Just getting out. Just in time. Just in time. Just in time. We're going to go back to 2 wide here. This time at lap number 51. Was out there for about 19 laps this time. So getting a little better each time. So this time here, let's go for 30. You know, and the drivers, obviously, it's a challenging track, and that's all I can say about it. It's just unique. You know, when you look at the track map, and you can obviously see that the corners are totally different. You know, they're out here using all the same setups, so they got to drive the setup and the car to the best of their ability. So you can't physically change anything about it. The drivers are doing one heck of a job. Banging the wall or not, but number 71 is going to lead them down the front stretch here. Gets a decent start here. Not quite as good a jump on the outside by that 02 of Tyler Hilton, but is able to kind of stay there as the field is going to be bunched up just a bit behind the 2 and the 66. Brandon Mears is going to go ahead and take advantage of this and stretch out just a little bit because these cars behind them have some fresh tires and they have to get them warmed up before they can get going. Andrew Fleschy taking a dive underneath the 66 along with who is that, Mike Hasty at number 72. Tom Garrett's going to slide back through the field ever so slowly, I'm sure. And now Dalton Kilroe is going to go underneath the 66, the 91, kind of set the 66 up to be kind of passed by pretty much anybody that wants to go on by. Just trying to keep it safe up there until things kind of settle in. Here comes the number 77 of Michael Pratt, now in the top 10, sitting in 9th, so up 12 positions. But your biggest mover is Tyler Hilton, as he was up front there for a little bit, but has slidden back, and he'll probably slide back ever so slightly, lap after lap, until maybe he catch another caution, and then he'll be the one with the newer tires. But it does look like the field is pretty much singled out, except you know, when they're catching up to that 66. There's Eric Blount. And the Coors machine. Or what's that say on there? It says something else. I thought it looks like Coors, but I think it's something else. Not Coors. Hold on, wrong car. This one. Goat Locker. I thought it was Coors. Okay, well, it's not. It's the Goat Locker. It's the silver throwing me off here. But we got 50. We're 56 laps into this thing. Got 100 on the books, and right now we're in the middle of another green flag run. So we're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of I love to hear it, and see if I can check up on my my co-commentator, my co-commentator, actually my commentator, Carl Hanwork, as he's missing in action at the moment. So see if we can get an update. So a little bit of love to hear it. Sights and sounds here at CRN from the lovely Darlington Motor Speedway here with the virtual velocity racing. 70 laps in the books at the moment. Ryan Kelly out to a little over a second-and-a-half lead over the 81 of Andrew Pleshy. Mike Hasty is in P number 3. Dalton Kilroe falls to P number 4. Then you have Sean Wilder and the number 91 in 5th. Michael Pratt has worked his way up to P number 6 here tonight so far. Dustin Franklin in 7th. Cole Spaulding in 8th. Todd Poston in 9th. And Hemi Gardini rounding out your top 10. Cade Green, John Garrett, Ty Marasco, Eric Blount, and Todd Merkel for your top 15. And then Len McNeese, Michael Taylor, Brandon Meir, Tyler Hill, and Hilton Young for your top 20. And then the rest of the field is Robert Smith, Derek Paulson, and DJ Mitchell. So rough night for a few drivers out there, but things going all right at the moment. Michael Taylor has entered the pits here on lap number 71, 70. We're at 72 now. Yep. So, yeah. Do the drivers have enough to make it all the way, or will they pit one more time? I think, with the cautions up early, and they came in. A few drivers come in a little bit early. I think they might be good for the night, and if that's the case, only needed to make one stop. I'm sure able to make it to that halfway mark, get that stop, and then get out there and get going. Mike Taylor is on his way back out from the pits, but right now, doing great here. Closest battle on the track here would be for P number 3 as Mike Hasty is trying to track down Andrew Pleshy for second place. Can the 72, or does the 72 have enough what it takes to get up there? Close down on this thing here. We have 27 laps to go, and Dalton Kilroe is obviously in your points there, 6 and 4. Back here to another battle on the track here. Looks like the 31 is going to come in this time by. Thought it was going to be a battle that was about to happen. But 31 Nerds Machine coming in down pit lane here. Going to make his entry there for his, it's going to be Todd's final and last stop here. It is what it is. Ryan Kelly is your leader. Got 15 cars on a lead lap, and he's trying to make it 14 as he's closing in on the number 84 of Len McNeese. I'll give you guys something to watch over here. There's no battle going on. That's not a bad thing. Just everybody spread out. You can tell by here on the track map, the Skittles are, they're sorted out, and everybody just trying to finish up here tonight, and see Andrew Pleshy trying to push it just a little bit, maybe to try to stretch out from that number 72 of Mike Hasty. But Mike has been holding it pretty steady back there behind the number 81. Trying to track him down and take that second place away. Can the 81 hold on to it? Seeing the 81 on the pole here tonight, and currently in P number 2. Yep, back to K-Green. Amy Garandini breaks the top 10 here right now, and right there in front of Cade Green. Emmy's up 6 spots to here, 6 spots tonight. Cade Green's actually up 9 spots. He sits there in P number 10. No shocker here on this one. Mike Pratt, your biggest grouper of the race, up 15 spots, sitting in 6th. A great run here by the 77. Dustin Franklin sitting there in P number 7. You see 7th. Franklin was in on lap number 45. So Mike Michael Pratt has a few newer tires than he does. It does look like Sean Wilder is going to go down into the pits for his last stop along with Todd Burkle. So I'll lose a few spots here if these other drivers can make it the rest of the way, and see if we can ride on top, see how much Ryan Kelly is saving here. Obviously your standard lifting, but I don't, no major like clutching. Car will pretty much go silent. This is just the lift off. The throttle. Let off a little bit, let the car rotate, and then back in the throttle. So not much saving here by the 13, if any at all. Gonna push this thing here hard as he finishes thing up. So does the 13 have enough fuel to make it to the end to keep Andrew Pileshi behind him? We are down to 19 laps to go. Your battle is here for heat number 5. Number 73 of Dustin Franklin trying to pass the 77 of Michael Pratt. Looking for a move down to the inside as they head down the backstretch. Oh, tagged them 77! 77 bounces off the wall. I was able to keep it straight. Good collection, good save there by the 77, not losing it. But might have some damage down to that 77. Going to lose that position to Dustin Franklin, and now lose another spot here to Cole Spaulding. But Mike's hanging on the outside there, trying to battle back here just a little bit. Oh! Turn it down, keeping it off the wall. Had enough room to come across Cole Spaulding's nose. That 77 definitely took a pretty good lick there from the number 73 of Dustin Franklin. Does look like Cole Spaulding will continue to battle with the 77 here to try to take that position away. We'll go ahead and move up. Things are starting to heat up here with Mike Hasty. No, Dalton Kilroy is still about 80.83 seconds behind, which isn't very far. Dalton Kilroy trying to get back to the podium position, but he has some cars that have some speed in front of him here tonight. Might have his number here for this one. Number 31, who's that? That's black car. Dustin Franklin's going to bring it down in the pits here on lap number 35. 15 laps to go here tonight. Ryan Kelly is your leader over Andrew Pileshi, Mike Hasty, Dalton Kilroy, Cole Spaulding for your top 5 biggest wheel of the race. But Pratt back in feed number 6 after a near mishap. But this looks like the 77 is going to come down here on the apron, getting that thing rotated. Nice entry into pit lane there for the 77. So pit stops are happening with just a few laps to go. And, you know, you could tell as the race went on, the cautions started spreading out farther and farther. Here we are on lap 14, kind of trying to figure out, you know, who's got the fuel to make it the whole way, who does not. And right now, Cole Spaulding, Michael Pratt coming in. Only a few drivers still in the lead lap. That's the likes of Ryan Kelly, Andrew Pileshi, Mike Hasty, Dalton Kilroy, and Cade Green. So your top 5 are the only ones on the lead lap as of right now. Can these drivers make it these 13 laps? That is the question I have for all of them out there. So if you can type and talk, let me know. Can you make it? I don't recommend it though. No, not many cautions tonight, Barry. A couple, and it's pretty, kind of figured a few here, but it does sound like that number 81 is going to call it here early, come down on the pits. Caution, or not caution, pit stops with only a few laps to go. So there's the answer to one. Andrew Palacio was in on lap 49. But we know who was a master of saving fuel and has been quiet this part of the race. Number 41 of Dalton Kilrow. I hear that car getting shut down. Dalton, I think, has been saving. You can hear up on top of the car just how much. Dalton Kilrow is right on the back bumper of the 72. Saving like a big dog, I'll say that much. And Ty Marasco is on track 2. He's in P number 4, but Dalton Kilrow in 3rd and Mike Casey are behind him. Not by much, so not many people on the lead lap. Ryan Kelly out front still by 5 seconds. That's with 9 laps to go. So Dalton Kilrow and Mike Hasty would need to gain at least a half a second a lap or have the number 13 pit. It's so close, guys. I hear Dalton Kilrow kind of saving. I don't hear much saving from Brian Kelly. You can tell the engine's still on. He's easy on the throttle. I will say that. Great race has developed from the last caution, or just between cautions. Any race here at Darlington's obviously a racy one, and it's more, obviously you get some good battles here and there. You see that on the track. A lot of it's just about putting the car where it needs to be, and staying out of trouble here for the most part. Most of the drivers have done that, and a few drivers out here right now trying to stretch this fuel, and obviously with a couple cautions, I'm sure it mixed things up a little bit as far as fuel strategy goes. Nobody would think it would be a fuel race at all, I'm sure. But there's no perfect scenario. The only perfect scenario is just have too much fuel from the beginning if you don't want to be on fuel. But the drivers want to run longer than that, for sure. So here they are doing what they need to do, trying to get the best finish possible here tonight. Ryan Kelly is your leader over Dalton Kilrow and Mike Hasty in P number 3. And then the rest of your field is 1 lap down. If for some reason the top 3 cannot make enough fuel,
Ryan Kelly can't, because Ryan Kelly is in the pits right now. As I'm joining in here. I've been watching the race here and then dealing out the penalties. Unfortunately, I couldn't get on the voice chat until right now. But I guess no better time than now. I mean, we do have a leader in the pits, and I'm wondering if that gap between him and Dalton Kelly was from Dalton Kilrow saving some fuel and trying to stretch his thing out to the end. He's certainly done it before. He's a master at saving fuel. He may be one of the first ones to complain about the fuel issues, but he's good at it, whether he wants to admit it or not. So we'll see if that's what he's doing here, to try and get this thing to the end, because it is it's coming down to the end here. We got 4 laps to go here at Darlington, and it's been a good one. Yeah, there's been a couple accidents here and a couple dropouts, but for the most part, for Darlington race, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's been pretty good watching these drivers here, and there's still a couple good battles here floating throughout the field. Obviously, been focused on the leaders a little bit because of the fuel situation, and coming down towards the end here, as now Mike Hasty pulls off out of P number 2 to bring the car down the pits. Dalton Kilrow is the only one still out there. Ryan Kelly is back out on the track with a little splash and go. He is sitting in P number 3, Carl, trying to maybe hopefully have that 41 run out of fuel, but has the 41 as the master of saving fuel here at VVR for sure. Pulled another one out of his hat. and gets another win. Will he get another win over Ryan Kelly here at Darlington? So it's just been a fantastic race so far for the drivers, but there they sit right now. But battle back here by some of the drivers here with Cole Spalding on the back bumper of Michael Pratt, trying to get around here with just only 2 laps to go as they fight and battle it out here for Pete number 10. So battles kind of here and there throughout the track as they were all pretty much, everybody was all separated there, and using another battle between Todd Poston and Todd Merkel. Todd Merkel not having the night that he wanted for sure. Had himself all the way last at one point and is up to P number 14 before the end here. But we are on the final lap. Dalton Kilroe.
He can pretty much clutch it in from here. I mean, he's...
Here it is.
Oh.
You got it.
Is he out right now? Or is he just he's just pulling down to the bottom, letting the drivers on by? But he's got a 27-second lead, so he can clutch it in from here and be able to coast it on home. Does a masterclass, as you mentioned before, in fuel saving. He is going to limp this thing to the end. Not sure if he's got anything left to do any kind of celebrating here tonight, but doesn't matter. He can celebrate regardless as he gets to win. And how about Andrew Pileshi catching up and passing Ryan Kelly here to get into second place as well. So Pileshi's going to come home in second. Ryan Kelly, unfortunately, going to have to settle for a third place finish here tonight. Dustin Franklin, Ty Marasco rounding out your top 5, but they try and try and try to take fuel strategy out of it, but I'll be damned, Jimmy. Fuel strategy comes back once again.
Like I said, did they have the perfect formula? Maybe, but I mean, it is what it is. No matter what you do, there's only one way to get rid of a fuel issue. Make the race short enough with a full tank of fuel where you don't need it doesn't matter. But the drivers want to race longer in that call, and that's always part of it. And racers are racers. You just need to be able to adapt to every single situation, whether it's fuel, tires, a caution flag, whatever. And the drivers here at VVR do that each and every week. We had a couple cautions here tonight, and Dalton does have a little bit of fuel to celebrate here. If I coasted around, up to spin the tires around. Maybe
you're gonna need that car to inspection. There's got to be an extra fuel cell there or something to still have fuel in that car.
Something. Lines running through the roll bars or whatever. But just a great run there by the 41. I'm sure he recognized it early. Dalton usually does. I mean, we talk to him each and every single week. He does what needs to get done to win races, and gets another victory here in at number 41, stretching out his points lead in the championship for the Xfinity cars for this part of the year in the season of the Xfinity, I guess you're going to call it. Before I don't know if they'll rename their series O'Reilly's or not, but 41 gets it done here tonight. We'll go ahead and clear out all the overlays here and the scrolling bars, and we'll go ahead and bring up your standings here for tonight's race. So unofficially or officially, depending on if Tim wants to keep these results or not, only 2 cars are lucky enough to be on the lead lap, and that's the likes of Dalton Kilroe and Andrew Pileshi. I'll make that 3, excuse me, and Ryan Kelly. So 3 cars on the lead lap, and we'll talk to them here shortly. And shout out to the rest of the field here. In 4th place, Dustin Franklin. 5th place is Ty Marasco. And you have Sean Wilder, Mike Hasty, Eric Blount, Cole Spalding, and Brandon Muir there for your top 10. Michael Pratt finishes in 11th tonight with John Garrett in 12th. Tyler Hilton in 13th. Todd Merkel 14th. Todd Poston in 15th. Cade Green in 16th. Michael Taylor in 17th. Len McNeese finishes in 18th, and the rest of your field here in 19th position will be Hilton Young. 20th is Hemi Garadini. Robert Smith finishes back at 21st. Derek Paulson back at 22nd. After that weird, I think its wheel went out or something, just the immediate left-hand turn to the wall wasn't a surprise, or it's not a move I haven't seen happen before. And then DJ Mitchell with a not-so-wild night here tonight, finishing in 23rd. So good run here tonight at Darlington, even with a few cautions.
I want to thank our sponsors here for the series, Goldline Guardians, Fort Worth Screen Printing, and Hilton Crafts and Designs. And, of course, thank everyone out there in CRN Nation for tuning in here tonight as well. But, excuse me, we'll get our top 3 here in for their interviews. Hopefully they got enough gas to talk to us here before this thing is done here. But We'll go ahead and bring in our third place finisher here tonight, and the man that looked like he was going to cruise to the victory here, but it's going to be a third place for the 13 of Ryan Kelly. Ryan, I guess, was there any chance that, even if you started saving early, you could get this thing to the end? You came in with quite a few laps to go.
Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about the saving strategy, to be honest. I didn't think Dalton could pull it off there. I thought it was a little too far to save, and I guess the caution just felt the right time for him, and still happy with P3, and overall good night.
Well, it was definitely a good race for you here once again, and you had a fast car out there, and had one more timely caution come out during the race here, you'd have been in good shape. But it's still got to feel good to come back out here and once again get yourself up on the podium. Yeah,
it's a lot of fun out here in Darlington. Always a fun place to race, and I think if I would have done it over, I might have went the strategy that Andrew went with pitting a little early and taking tires. Having coming here to Darlington and leaving with a set of tires is never a good thing. So yeah,
well, I guess it is. I mean, it shows you how much how well you guys are doing out there in the track. Because this track is not exactly for the faint of heart. But either way, congrats on the podium here tonight. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, just my teammates tonight, and you guys putting on the show, and everyone putting on the league, and had some family watching. Shout out to them, and looking forward. I don't think I'll make next week, but the week after, looking forward to.
Buddy, well, congrats again on the top three here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate, and we'll see you next race.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Sure.
As your third phase finisher here tonight, Ryan Kelly in the 13th, second place here tonight. Getting it done with a little bit of strategy of his own is going to be the 81 of Andrew Palesci.
Andrew, been a little while since the 81's been up here in the booth. He started on the pole here tonight, obviously at the Lady in Black, and got out there to a decent start. A couple cautions early on, and found yourself digging a little bit. You mixed up your pit strategy just a little bit, but don't kill her. Was able to switch up that fuel just a little bit better, and you ended up finishing here tonight in second. So, like I said, a great start. Give us a little rundown of your race here tonight and how things went for you, and is there anything you would have done different?
Well, I don't think I could have done much different. I mean, it was typical Darlington. Just tried to take care of the tires at the beginning, and then cautions fell and kind of screwed everything up as far as the strategies went and whatnot. That kind of turned it into a bit of a fuel save race. And I knew on straight speed, at least off that first run, I wasn't going to beat Ryan straight up. And I knew once I seen how the fuel was playing out, I knew I wasn't going to beat Dalton either. So decided to, once I realized I was screwed there at the end, I was like, you know what, I'm going to roll the dice here. And I was going to splash and go it, but I decided I'll put 4 in fuel in it and just hope and pray maybe we get a caution here and it completely burns these guys and I can maybe have a shot at it. But didn't work out that way. Anytime you get to beat Ryan Kelly, though, I'll take that. So
yeah, you did a great job. Yeah, good night overall, obviously, for the 81 and getting back out here, and a great run at Darlington. We want to say congrats, man. It's always good to talk to you up here and to see you out on the track. So, again, congratulations on your second place finish. Give you some time for any shouts you might have.
Oh, well, as always, you boys up in the booth. Love coming up here and saying hi and whatnot. And my boys, the 1320 guys, Ryan, Todd, even hanging out with Dalton there during the race. It was fun. So them guys, Tim, for putting everything on, everything you guys do, trolling the races and stuff now.
Well, we really appreciate the time and you coming up here and speaking to us and coming out and showing the 81, how it gets around here, especially at a track like Darlington. So again, congratulations on your second place finish. We'll let you go celebrate this one with your friends and family.
Thank you, boys. I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, sir.
Is your second place finisher here tonight, the 81 of Andrew Palesci. Last but not least is going to be your winner here tonight, and that's going to be the 41 of Dalton Carroll. Dalton, thank God we didn't have a fuel strategy race. I'm tired of fuel strategy races out here. It's just been so annoying, but I mean,
it wasn't fuel mileage from the get-go. They crashed on the outside of the window. Okay, it's not my fault.
Right. Well, listen, we talked about it even before this thing ended. If there's anybody left in that top 3 that can stretch out the fuel, you may complain about it the most, but you could do it the best out of anybody. So I guess, maybe it's not a bad thing when you have some of these fuel mileage races, because it certainly helps your chances out here. And I was kind of wondering when I kind of looked back in here, I seen you about, a little over 5 seconds back of Ryan Kelly. I'm like, I don't think he was really that far off a pace. He wasn't that far behind him in this race. Something's going on. And all of a sudden, seeing Ryan Kelly duck in, make his pit stop, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's see how this works out here. And but I got to ask, is that thing going to pass Tech? Because you still had some fuel for a burnout and everything.
I only had half a gallon crossing the line, so I was anticipating there being something late to where, if I for some reason decided to stay out, which I wouldn't have even done anyway because I still had a set lane in the pits, just to be okay in case something were to happen. But I was just doing my thing because I knew I was close on speed with Ryan and Paleshi, and I don't know. After that first 30 laps where we kept having those restarts and the tires actually started to wear a little bit, I realized, oh crap, I'm losing 0.2 of a lap. So I know I didn't quite have the speed to go up there and drive around Ryan and win tonight. So I had to try something. And sure enough, they crashed right outside the fuel window and allowed for something like that to happen. And I'm just, hey, it is what it is at this point. I mean, we've even said if a caution happens and it's fuel mileage, that's a different story. If I had to say I'm not one, meh.
Well, listen, I mean, it was definitely a few cautions early on in the race, first half of the race. You got to kind of expect that here at Darlington. It's not exactly an easy track, and some drivers want to get a little bit racy at the beginning of the race. But once you guys got closer and closer to the halfway point, and then obviously the rest of the race, nice green flag race here. So you got to be happy as a driver to come to a track like Darlington and be able to put on that kind of show.
Yeah, they don't call this track the Lady in Black for nothing. God, some of these guys, myself included, I'm surprised my paint scheme doesn't have just nothing on the right hand side of the car, because I hit the wall quite a few times tonight. Thank you. It looked like the junkyard car. Okay,
we got your good side on the camera, so we're good.
Yeah, the side that never got touched already. I love it.
We'll shift. There we go. That still looks.
See if there's even a number on the other side.
Maybe might be a little duct tape from the pit stop,
But yeah, I mean, ultimately, another race where you come home as the winner, and it's definitely a good one here at the track. Too tough to tame, but you were able to tame it here tonight. But now, you guys get a little bit scarier as you go to Martinsville, and we know what kind of races Martinsville can put on. I know you guys are, one of our more seasoned leagues when it comes to the drivers, so I'm hoping for a good showing there. But Martinsville, what it can do for drivers.
yeah, definitely a wild card race, and I think just like tonight, it's going to be about trying to survive. And honestly, I think my game plan going into Martinsville is just going to try to be in front of everything, so that way, if it ends up being a parking lot a couple times next week, I'm at least not having to slam on the brakes to not get involved in it, and I'm just gone. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, I can get a good qualifying lap in. There's not many tracks I don't like. Martinsville is not one of those tracks. I actually tend to run pretty well there. Just thank God it's not Phoenix.
Well, listen, after next week at Martinsville, you guys are going to be past the halfway point, and I would say the first half has gone pretty well here for the 41 team. So congrats on the win here tonight, stretching out the points here a little bit again. Before we let you go and get out of here, who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Gonna give a shout out to Orman Barbaco, Team Watson Racing Setups. You guys are doing the broadcast for us. Gold Line Guardians, Hilton Crafts and Designs, Fort Worth Screen Printing. Everybody at the league, all on the admin side for putting this on, and everybody for showing up, putting on a pretty good race, I'd say. Again, it's Darlington. It could have been much worse. We all did a good job to have a good green flag run there towards the end, and just glad we're out of here.
All right. Well, either way, congrats again on the win here tonight. We'll see you at Martinsville. See if you can stay ahead of that carnage and get yourself another win before the first half wraps up. But either way, take some time to celebrate this one. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thank you.
That is your winner here tonight, the 41 of Dalton Kilroe, racking up another win here on the season. And it's been a pretty dang good start to the season for him. 5th win now after winning here tonight at Darlington out of the first 10 races. And it's can't get much better than that. It looked like it was going to be nip and tuck and back and forth with him and Ryan Kelly all season. It looked like Ryan Kelly was going to tie up the win total with a 4th win here tonight. But instead, fuel mileage, shocker, goes to Dalton Kilroe here for the win. I want to thank everyone out there again for tuning in. That's going to do it for another week here at CRN. We'll be back at it on Monday night. We already got the call as to when the 191 Motorsports are going to be starting back up. It's going to be a few more weeks that they're going to take off, and then we'll have Sundays back in action. But for the time being, we got Mondays to start off the week here on CRN. So for myself and Jimmy from the Lady in Black Darlington, we'll see you at the track.
Peace.